ABC Studios, New York City, 1976. The Dick Cavett Show. Live television. Millions of viewers watching across America. The kind of show where anything could happen because there was no tape delay, no safety net. Whatever was said went directly into living rooms from coast to coast. Muhammad Ali was the scheduled guest, fresh off his victory over Ken Norton at Yankee Stadium just weeks earlier. The third fight between them. Ali had won by unanimous decision. He was there to talk about the fight, about his career, about what was next for the heavyweight champion of the world. But the producers had a surprise planned. Something they thought would make good television, something controversial, something that would get people talking. They'd invited another guest, someone to challenge Ali, not another boxer, a wrestler. Antonio Inoki, Japanese professional wrestling champion, not American pro wrestling, Japanese wrestling, which was different, more legitimate, more about actual grappling and submission holds, less about the theatrical entertainment that American audiences knew. Inoki was a legitimate martial artist, a judoka, a submission expert, and he had made it clear publicly that he thought he could beat Muhammad Ali in a real fight. The two men were scheduled to appear together, to talk about the possibility of a boxer versus wrestler match, to promote what would later become one of the strangest events in combat sports history. But nobody knew how heated things would get, how personal, how real. Ali sat in the green room before the show, wearing a perfectly tailored suit, looking relaxed, confident. He'd done hundreds of television appearances. This was routine. He'd go on, charm the audience, tell some jokes, make some predictions, promote whatever fight was coming next. Standard Ali. A producer knocked on the door. "Mr. Ali, we wanted to give you a heads up. We've invited Antonio Inoki to appear with you, the wrestler. We thought it would make for interesting conversation about the boxer versus wrestler concept." Ali looked up. "Inoki? The Japanese wrestler?" "Yes. He's been saying publicly that wrestling is superior to boxing, that he could beat you in a real fight. We thought you two could discuss it, create some buzz." Ali smiled. That knowing Ali smile. "You want to create controversy, get ratings." The producer looked sheepish. "It's good television. It's fine. I'm not worried about some wrestler. Let him come on. Let him talk. I'll handle it." What Ali didn't know was what Inoki had been telling people all day, what he'd said to reporters, what he told the producers, that he was going to humiliate Ali on live television, that he was going to prove wrestling was superior to boxing, that he was going to make Ali look foolish in front of millions of people. The show started. Dick Cavett did his monologue, introduced Ali. The champion walked out to massive applause, charmed the audience immediately, told stories about the Norton fight, about training, about Bundini Brown and Angelo Dundee. Classic Ali entertainment. Then Cavett said the words that changed the tone. "Muhammad, we have a surprise for you tonight. We've invited someone who has some interesting thoughts about boxing versus wrestling. Please welcome Antonio Inoki." Inoki walked out, 6'3", 240 pounds, significantly bigger than Ali. He sat down in the chair next to Ali, didn't shake his hand, didn't smile, just stared. The audience sensed the tension immediately. This wasn't friendly. This wasn't promotional banter. This was real animosity. Cavett tried to keep it light. "Antonio, you said publicly that you believe wrestling is superior to boxing. Can you explain what you mean?" Inoki spoke through a translator. His voice was calm, but his words were sharp. "Boxing is a limited art. You can only use your fists. You can only strike. In wrestling, we use the entire body. Throws, locks, submissions. A boxer has no defense against a wrestler. In a real fight, a wrestler will always defeat a boxer." Ali laughed. "Is that right? A wrestler will always beat a boxer? That's what you think?" "That is not what I think. That is what I know." You know? You know because you fought so many boxers? You've tested this theory? Inoki leaned forward. I do not need to test what is obvious. A wrestler controls where the fight takes place. If a boxer cannot punch, he cannot fight. A wrestler takes the boxer to the ground. The fight is over. Ali turned to the audience. This man thinks if you take me to the ground, I'm helpless. Like I'm going to just lay there and let him do whatever he wants. He doesn't understand that I've been in street fights. I've wrestled my whole life. I'm not just a boxer. I'm a fighter. You have wrestled for sport? I've wrestled since I was a kid. I know how to grapple. I know how to defend against takedowns. I'm not some pure boxer who's never been on the ground. Inoki smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. Then you will accept my challenge. The studio went quiet. This wasn't scripted. This was real. Cavett jumped in. Challenge? What challenge? I challenge Muhammad Ali to a real fight. Not boxing, not wrestling, a real fight. Mixed rules, to prove which art is superior. Ali didn't hesitate. When? Where? Name the time and place. 30 seconds. That is all I need. 30 seconds from when I get my hands on you, you will submit. You will tap out, you will quit. In front of the whole world. The audience gasped. This was aggressive, disrespectful. Nobody talked to Muhammad Ali like this. Not on television, not anywhere. Ali's demeanor changed. The playful entertainer disappeared. The fighter came forward. 30 seconds? You think you can make me quit in 30 seconds? You don't know who you're talking to. I don't quit. I've gone 15 rounds with the hardest punchers in the world. And you think you can make me tap out in 30 seconds with your wrestling? Yes, because you do not understand what happens when a real grappler gets hold of you. Your punching power means nothing when I have you in a lock. When I control your body, when I cut off your air, you will panic, you will tap. Everyone taps. Ali stood up. I'm not everyone. Inoki stood up too, both men now standing, face to face. The tension was electric, dangerous. Cavett tried to regain control. Gentlemen, please, let's sit down, let's discuss this rationally. But neither man was listening. They were locked in. Ali spoke first. You want to fight me? Really fight me? Not some promotional stunt? Not some worked match? A real fight? Yes, a real fight, to prove the truth. Then let's do it. Right here, right now, this stage, these cameras, millions watching. You think you can take me down? Try it. You think you can submit me in 30 seconds? Prove it. The audience erupted, some cheering, some gasping, some sensing this was about to get dangerous. The producers in the control room panicked. This wasn't the plan. This was supposed to be promotional, building hype for a potential match, not an actual fight breaking out on live television. Inoki started to remove his jacket. You are serious? You will fight now? Ali had already taken off his jacket, was loosening his tie. I'm always serious when someone disrespects me. You said 30 seconds. Let's see if you can back it up. Dick Cavett stood up, tried to get between them. Gentlemen, we can't do this. This is a talk show. We can't have an actual fight on live television. Ali ignored him. He's scared now? All that talk about 30 seconds, and now you don't want to do it? Inoki shook his head. I am not scared, but this is not appropriate. When we fight, it should be proper, with rules, with officials, with time for you to prepare, time for you to train specifically for me, time for you to back out. No. You said 30 seconds. You said I'd tap out. Prove it now, or admit you were just talking. The translator was struggling to keep up. Inoki was speaking rapidly in Japanese, clearly agitated, clearly not expecting Ali to actually accept a fight right there on the stage. Finally, Inoki responded, This is not how professionals behave. I issued a formal challenge for a formal match, not a brawl on television. Ali laughed, turned to the audience. You hear that? He's backing down. All that talk about 30 seconds, about making me quit, about wrestling being superior. But when I say let's do it right now, suddenly he wants rules, he wants officials, he wants a formal setting. That's not confidence, That's fear. Inoki's face flushed. I am not afraid of you. Then prove it. Right here, right now. 30 seconds. That's what you said. The whole world is watching. Show them that wrestling beats boxing. Show them you can make me tap out in 30 seconds. Inoki looked at his translator, at the producers now rushing onto the stage, at Dick Cavett trying to restore order, at the cameras still rolling. This wasn't going according to plan. I will fight you, Inoki said carefully, but properly, in a sanctioned match with proper preparation. Ali clapped slowly, mockingly. Proper preparation, translation, time to figure out how to actually beat me, because you know you can't do it in 30 seconds. You know you can't do it at all. You know that all your grappling and your submissions and your wrestling doesn't mean anything if you can't get close enough to use it. And you can't get close to me. Because I'm faster than anyone you've ever faced. I'm smarter than anyone you've ever faced. And I hit harder than anyone you've ever faced. A producer had made it to the stage, was whispering urgently to Cavett. The message was clear. End this now, before it gets physical, before someone gets hurt, before ABC gets sued. Cavett tried again. Muhammad, Antonio, please, let's all take a breath. Sit down. We can discuss this rationally. But Ali wasn't done. You came on this show to humiliate me, to make me look weak in front of millions of people. You thought you could say whatever you wanted and I'd just sit here and take it. You were wrong. I don't take disrespect from anyone. Not from boxers, not from wrestlers, not from anyone. You want to fight me? I'll fight you. But don't hide behind proper preparation and sanctioned matches. You said 30 seconds. I'm ready. Are you? The control room made a decision. Cut to commercial. Now. The director's voice came through. Going to break in 3, 2, 1. The cameras cut away. Commercial break. The studio audience still buzzing. Ali and Inoki still standing, still staring at each other. During the break, security was called. Producers surrounded both men, separated them, tried to calm the situation, tried to convince them to continue the interview peacefully when they came back from commercial. Ali was calm but firm. I'll sit back down. I'll finish the interview, but I'm not apologizing. He came here to disrespect me. I defended myself. That's all. Inoki through his translator. I did not come here to start a fight. I came to discuss a legitimate sporting contest. But if Ali wants to turn this into a spectacle, that is his choice. When they came back from commercial, both men were seated again. The atmosphere was still tense, but contained. Cavett carefully steered the conversation towards safer topics. The potential match, what the rules might be, how it would be sanctioned, promotional details. But the damage was done. The challenge had been issued. Ali had accepted, and the world had watched it happen live. The show ended. Both men left separately, didn't speak to each other backstage. Ali went back to his hotel. Inoki went back to his. But the phones started ringing immediately. Press wanted statements. Promoters wanted to book the fight. Fans wanted to see it happen. The live television confrontation had created instant demand for a real match. Within weeks, a deal was structured. June 26, 1976. Tokyo, Japan. Muhammad Ali versus Antonio Inoki. Boxer versus wrestler. The match that would later be considered one of the strangest events in combat sports history. But here's what nobody knew. Here's what ABC didn't air. Here's what was deleted from the tape before it could be rebroadcast. During that commercial break, while security was separating them, while producers were trying to calm things down, Inoki said something to Ali. Quietly, in English, without the translator. You are right. I cannot beat you in 30 seconds. I cannot beat you at all. I am a wrestler. You are a fighter. I know the difference. Ali heard it, looked at Inoki with surprise. Inoki continued. But my pride would not let me back down on television. My country was watching, my students, my reputation. I had to accept, even though I know I cannot win. Ali understood immediately. This was about honor, about saving face, about cultural expectations that Americans didn't fully understand. "So what do?" Ali asked quietly. "We have the match. We follow the rules, but we both know it is not a real fight. It is a performance, a spectacle. We both save face, we both get paid, nobody gets hurt, everyone is happy." Ali thought about it, then nodded. "Okay. But publicly, I'm still going to say I'll knock you out." Inoki smiled. "And I will say I will submit you. That is the game." They shook hands, briefly, where the cameras couldn't see. That moment never made it to air. ABC deleted it. The official story remained. Two fighters had nearly come to blows on live television. A real fight was scheduled. The drama was real. Inoki knew the truth. And years later, when Ali was asked about that night on the Dick Cavett show, he'd smile. Inoki was a showman, like me. He knew how to sell a fight, how to create drama, how to give people what they wanted to see. That night on Cavett, we gave them drama. We gave them tension. We gave them a reason to care about a boxer versus wrestler match. And it worked. Millions of people tuned in to watch us in Tokyo. Because of that night. Because of that confrontation. Because of the threat, the challenge, the disrespect. All of it was perfect promotion. But was it real? Were you really going to fight him right there on stage? Ali would laugh. Part of me was. Part of me wanted to, because I don't like being disrespected, even in promotion, even in performance. There's a part of me that's always real, always ready, always willing to back up what I say. But another part of me understood what Inoki was doing, what we were both doing, creating a story, creating something people would remember. Do you think you would have beaten him in a real fight? In a boxing match, absolutely. In a wrestling match, maybe not. In a real fight with no rules, I like my chances. But that's not what it was about. It was never about who would really win. It was about the spectacle, the entertainment, the drama. That's what people wanted. That's what we gave them. The actual fight in Tokyo was bizarre. Inoki spent most of the match on his back, kicking at Ali's legs. Ali couldn't effectively hit him. The rules prevented real boxing. It ended in a draw. Nobody was happy with it, but millions had watched, millions had paid. And all because of that night on the Dick Cavett show, when two proud men challenged each other on live television. ABC did delete the footage eventually, not because of what was said on air, but because of what was said during the commercial break, when two performers acknowledged the game they were playing, when the real conversation happened. That moment would have broken the illusion, would have revealed that even in their confrontation, even in their mutual disrespect, even in their willingness to fight right there on stage, there was an understanding, a professional respect, a recognition that they were both in the entertainment business, both selling a product, both playing roles. The lesson is nuanced. Sometimes the most real moments are performances. Sometimes the most heated confrontations are calculated. Sometimes the challenge issued with fury is also issued with understanding. The line between real and performed is thinner than we think, especially when you're Muhammad Ali, especially when you're on live television, especially when millions are watching. But the emotion, that was real. The pride, real. The willingness to back it up, real. Even if the setup was manufactured, even if both men knew the game, even if ABC had to delete the moment when the curtain briefly lifted. If this story resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to understand that reality and performance can coexist. That being authentic doesn't mean being unaware of the show. That you can play the game and still be real. Muhammad Ali mastered that balance, and that night on the Dick Cavett show, so did Antonio Inoki. Subscribe for more stories about the moments when the performance cracks and the real person shows through. Hit that like button if you understand that the best performers are the ones who know they're performing. And comment below, where's the line between real and performance? Can they both be true at the same time?